Quiet on set.
Okay.
TERO Documentary presents Filming in Thailand, a podcast for movie lovers with exclusive stories from behind the scenes.
Rolling sound
Sound rolling.
and action.
Hi, I'm your host Stéphane Lambert, and this is a new episode of Filming in Thailand. Here we are with our brand new episode of Filming in Thailand. This one is special because our guest is this one guy in Thailand who is bringing so many Thai IPs, Thai-born films to the world. Let's welcome talented producer and distributor WATSON HOMSANGPRADIT, also known as Kunboy. Kunboy, thank you for being with us.
สวัสดีครับ thank you ครับ
Kunboy, can I call you Kunboy?
yes sure
Yes. Are you filming in Thailand?
I'm actually helping the film to make it happen in Thailand. I'm not actually filming in Thailand because I'm not too much involved in production.
Okay, thank you for coming. Well, what do you mean you're not too much involved in production?
I mean, I'm mostly on marketing and finance the movie to be done, not too much into like the actual production, meaning like not going to the set, not actually hiring the crew and, you know, in individual.
So you're a distributor, that's for sure.
Yes.
So let's go back to your professional career. How did it all start?
How did it all start? It actually all start from here.
From here, because I heard you hold quite a senior position in TERO.
Yeah, because I'm actually started from music business.
From music business.
So my first job ever is to distribute a CD to radio station.
So for you, the young audience, CD is this round stuff that you used to put in this big machine to play music before we have streaming.
Correct. Back then, when you want to promote one song, like for example, Celine Dion, you have to go around, you know, distribute CD to all our radio station. That's my first job ever.
So you would say that today you're maybe a producer, but not on the creative side, but a producer on the business side.
Correct.
And a distributor.
Correct.
So what would describe you better, the distributor or the producer? How would you describe yourself?
It would go for both. I'm the producer who know how to distribute product. So I know exactly what to make money outside and inside Thailand, which is quite different because you can see like some movie making money in Thailand, but not making money outside Thailand.
Okay.
It's hardly to get the movie that combine both together. I mean, so far I've seen perfect combination would be something like Ong Bak.
Okay.
That they did both international and Thai together. The rest are either way. I mean, either make it outside or make it inside.
But why do you think made Ong Bak so special that it could be successful both on the domestic market and on the international market?
Because they're showing something new to people. Of course, Muay Thai is the thing that people know all over the world, and they just pick the right subject. And, you know, Tony Jaa wowed the world by what he did.
So the story, the fact that it was new at that time about, Thai martial art
is new.
And the location, Thailand. Okay, and also Tony Jaa was at that time special. He was special, and he became a global superstar.
Correct.
But that's something. It's interesting you mentioned about making it both in Thailand and on the international market, because I would say I would ask you, I'm quite interested to know how you manage to be at the same time humble and fit the Thai cultural standard, and outspoken, to make it to the world. In Thailand, you have to be super humble, but if you're humble outside, no one listens to you.
Correct. I mean, for Thai market, we actually have to understand the people. First, you have to be humble to get things done. Like, probably when you want to get a big cast attached, you probably don't say like, I'm freaking like, big producer. I want you to be in my movie. You have to be like, treat them well, go, treat them dinner, go slow, trying to tell them your project is good. But go outside, we could say like, okay, this is the biggest coming out from Thailand. You have to buy it. You have to be a part of it. If not, you lose your chance.
Because both, so, and you become completely crazy doing this, or you can still remain normal?
I've been doing this for quite some time, so I actually know the product, which is the movie very well. So I know each product has different target. For example, you cannot sell horror film in China, stuff like that. Horror film can sell well in the region and maybe Western market a little bit.
Why is that?
Because it depends on the movie. It depends on, for foreigner to understand Thai, it's different for Thai to understand Thai. Yeah, because if you add a little bit more comedy into the movie, of course subtitles have to play a big role, or even dubbing have to play a big role because they probably don't understand Thai joke.
How do you deal with making a Thai film, Thai-born film, understandable and relatable to a global audience?
Okay, first you have to set the the concept, which whether or not you're gonna sell international or Thai audience. Of course, we have to set Thai audience first. But when it ships to a certain market, we have to be able to adapt into each market. Being a Thai movie is already good for a certain neighboring or Asian country because we have a similar culture. For example, Thai, Laos, Cambodia, Myanmar, or even go to country like Philippines or Indonesia. We have same urban legend even. We have like the similar story all around our region. So that's easy to set. But once you want the Western market to understand, you have to first have a certain part that they would understand. For example, I would give the perfect example of Mana or Pima, which is a regional global. This urban legend has the same urban legend in Myanmar even, in Cambodia, but they will call it different. So it's easy for them to understand the concept, but it will be harder to push this concept outside Thailand. So if you want to push it outside, you have to add here and there to make it more international.
So yourself, you're traveling a lot?
I'm traveling. Back to the music business. My first job ever after distribute CD to all radio station. My second job in music business is signing the label. If you of course, the movie business, we have Cannes Film Festival.
Sure.
But in music, we have such thing called medium. Back then, I have to sign the label to distribute in Asia. When I said distribute, meaning the right to manufacture cassette or CD. So
cassette, for the people or younger audience, it's even before CD.
Correct.
It was this very weird stuff that you have to roll back and forth to listen to one track. Yeah, disappear completely, yeah.
So basically, we're running around signing a few artists under each label, and I end up signing artists like back then Backstreet Boy and Britney Spears.
And this what you've done with the music business at that time, can you replicate the same formula for success to the film industry?
That could be replicated back then already by my once I moved to movie business, what I do is signing or buying movie, international movie to distribute in Thailand. That's the duplicate. But if you see the changing of music business, you see the growing of something like Blackpink or BTS, which mean Asian movie can travel as well. So if you and if you see the growing of Korea, the Bong Joon-ho movie, the
which one?
Parasite. You can see the growth of Asian, and one day it's going to be Thai, I'm sure. But we just waiting for the right product.
So it was Japanese content that traveled the world, and it's been currently it's Korean that are very strong, and you believe that Thai content can have the potential to travel the world also?
Correct, because if you're talking to the world audience, Thai is actually one of the top because everyone want to come to Bangkok. Everyone know like Thai food. Thai food is one of the best. So they kind of relate to Thai already. And like I said to a lot of people, Thai never fight with anybody. I mean, we let them fight. We let Chinese fight with the US. We let other people fight with each other. Thai would always be Sawadee Krap, nice and give you a good smile. So politically, Thai movie will never get banned to any country. They would be more welcome to the world. We just need to make the right content just to travel out.
What make you change from the music business to this business where music is a very important component, but you have the story, the filmography, the cinematography. What makes you change from music to?
Okay, at one point, I think I don't know if I make the right or wrong decision. At one point, music was disrupted by the changing of CD to MP3, and then we cannot sell like CD or cassette anymore. Before we can sell it like huge amount of money, and that time was not when the disruption come. YouTube is still new. We don't know where to go yet. I was like, okay, I should get out. And then that time, the DVD business for movie is still existing because the file is bigger. Music is nowhere to make money at that time. So I actually tell to a lot of people, movie business is one step following the music business because the file is just bigger. But the chain is still the same. Look at the core business of each big company, like the major studio is the same. They're using the same name. Sony, Warner, YouTube come, Netflix come, Jukes, like Spotify, same thing. Just, if you look at carefully, they're following the step of music.
The steps of music. At this point, I'm wondering how you yourself could adapt to this changing industry where I would say 10 years ago and now it's completely different.
Yeah, it's the same thing that your question was asking. Why do I change? Because I see disruption coming. I said, whoa, I should move because I can't make money like I used to anymore when I was in music business. So I said, okay, movie business is still good back then. People still going to cinema. Disruption hasn't come yet. When I moved to movie, I still watching what happened to music, and I see, oh, it's actually getting better now because they have like Spotify coming from the US. They have YouTube income. The artist itself making money on the concert. And movie business is watching. And once if disruption come to movie, which is you see like within 1 or 2 years, DVD gone. Before we making a lot of money of DVD, we have like rental, like what you call Blockbuster. We have like we can still sell CD. 1 year gone, everything gone. And I see music has moved to platform, which means movie has to move to platform. That's why I actually broke the first Netflix movie deal, which is called The Maid for Thai, because I think Thai is still something that international audience would understand more than, I would say, no offense to other neighboring country, but
sure.
But if you want to sell like Cambodia, or if you want to sell like even Malaysia or even Singapore to international, we are more sexy in the way.
The Maid was a huge success. The Maid from director Lee Tongkam. The Maid was a huge success on a streaming success on Netflix. So how at that time you don't have, as you say, almost zero content, Thai content available on Netflix?
Yeah.
What made you? How did you get this crazy idea? You woke up one morning and say, "Hey, let's sell this film to Netflix." How did it work?
No, basically back to the question about disruption.
Mm-hmm.
After I see all disruption coming, after I see, at the end of the day, I would be making no money on buying movie from from overseas or Hollywood production to Thailand anymore. I'm starting to producing a little bit more because I know one day the disruption will come. I don't know which day, but out of the blue, that's a help on such thing called COVID. COVID hit the world and people are looking for content and nobody has content in hand. I'm not saying which are better. My content are better than other, but just the right time.
You had the content available at the right time.
Yeah, but if not, they will be getting that time nobody has a content because they either put in cinema or they're not ready on time and COVID hit. So it's kind of a bit of luck, which I don't want it to happen because nobody wants COVID to happen, but it actually happened. And COVID helping the platform business to grow faster.
And you took advantage of that opportunity.
We actually foresee it to happen. Like I told you, I see disruption happen, but I can't see disruption come this fast. COVID just helped speed it up a little.
You are listening to Filming in Thailand, a podcast by TERO Documentary, with your host, Stéphane Lambert.
And I guess that's me. So we are back alive from TERO's radio studios in Bangkok with talented producer and distributor WATSON HOMSANGPRADIT, aka Kunboy. I have a quote for you from George Lucas. At least someone reported this thing as a quote from George Lucas. Let me share it with you. So George Lucas said once that a producer's legacy is not just in the films they create, but in the impact they have on the art of storytelling. You said you are not a producer, but you are a producer somehow, because you're pushing people to produce and you're taking their production into world markets and to the eyes of viewers everywhere in the world. Would you agree with George Lucas when he says that you are not just putting movies around, but also creating a legacy? And what would be today your legacy?
What would be today my legacy? I would say did not achieve that legacy just yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
But it's a work in process.
It's a working process, but we're not sure if we're gonna receive it in this generation. Like I mentioned before, I'm not saying like I'm the only producer because I cannot produce things by myself because I'm not on creative side.
Okay.
I just helping the creative side to tell them which are profitable, which project are losing money. That I can tell it right away because I've been to industry long enough to calculate the number. I mean, I cannot guarantee that people not will making money for sure because nobody can forecast that. But I can assure that at least they're not losing money or they're losing money as little as possible. I mean, not too much. But if they win, they will win it big. For example, I would not call it my legacy just yet. We just produced a movie called The Lake, which is
also from Lee Tong.
Yeah, which is a monster film. It's not a success in Thailand, but it's huge release. But Thai people just don't love it. But it's actually the film that's selling to every single country in the world. I mean, people seeing it all over the world, either on television, either online, either in cinema. We broke every single deal because it's a monster film. So people want to buy monster film. And we even, released it in China this week as a co-production. So we actually cover all around the world. But the thing is, it just came from the idea of me being like, okay, Thai cast doesn't known internationally. How do I get the attention in the market for them to buy? I said, why don't I see myself back when I was buying product for DVD? Whenever I see the big monster dinosaur, it's easy to buy for anyone because you don't have to get the big cast into it. If the cast, you have to tell them where this guy playing, which movie has he been in. So I said, why do we just create a Thai monster? And then it is a successful sale. The number of country releasing is amazing.
How many countries do you have The Lake in so far?
I think it's over 90 countries.
Is there any other films from Thailand that has this success?
I think Ong Bak has.
Ong Bak.
Yeah, Ong Bak is a big success. It's either, I mean, even the big movie like those GDH movie, they didn't cover all small territory because sometimes they don't understand the concept of the movie. But this is easy. You can put the poster, monster. It's either out somewhere in cinema, or either out somewhere in the country that still have DVD market, or the country that even the TV just show it and see big monster. Done.
Would you advise other producers to go into these monster style movies?
No, because the production cost is very high.
Okay.
And today business is different from the late business when I was doing.
It's so close anyway. I mean,
it's not that close because that time you have single individual buyer from each country.
Okay.
So they're giving you like MG money to.
MG means minimum guarantee, like they give you money upfront.
But now it's like platform business. So mostly you have to get something to attract the platform, which is if you don't get their interest at the beginning and you're going to big production, it's still a risk for anybody.
Because you're not sure that they will go into buying your film once it's done.
Correct. So we have to approach it different way, which is I could, and it depends on each platform direction.
So each time you have a new project, it's kind of a gamble when you start, or you know precisely you have kind of a guideline and you say, okay, this yes, this no.
Movie business is a gamble. It's a gamble. Even though you do everything right, you get the right director, you get the right producer, you get the right cast. Sometimes it's come up shitty anyway.
Okay.
It's always a gamble. Maybe you did everything right. The lightning struck, you couldn't shoot, it's always a gamble.
Mm-hmm.
But I can control the gamble a little bit. Like my best gamble game would be blackjack because we can control ourselves. I'm not gamble with roulette. This is kind of like when I do gamble, I do blackjack gamble. But other people, when they do movie, they might do roulette, which is like once it.
Well, you're sure to lose.
Yeah. You might win, but I have more chance of winning and getting the money back. In blackjack, I can surrender. I can get half of my money back anytime. So that's how I gamble in movies.
So you've been involved in many projects. Is there a project that you were sure it would work? It would be, bringing back money, being a success. Everybody would say, "Kun boy, wow," and it went completely flat.
No, because I need to make sure that it actually make money either way. So most of the project that I have in hand, if we don't work like that, I don't work to the thing that flat. At least you get like a certain income from other. Good thing about movie, we have multiple income.
Okay.
We have international income. We have like TV income. We have online income. Before it was big. Before it was like DVD income. I mean, we have like multiple income. Other business, they have to bet once and they lose it all. We can have like the second run, third run. So we are looking to the balance sheet and see which are the income that coming. So we need to make sure that investors don't lose money.
So you're not a magician, you're a businessman.
I'm totally a businessman. Magic-wise, I need people like you, other producer or director to make magic happen. If I combine with some good magician, I would be like, that success will come. I'm waiting for the right magician to work with me on the project.
You are listening to Filming in Thailand, a podcast by TERO Documentary, with your host, STEPHANE Lambert.
And we are back with Kulboy, the managing director of Hollywood Thailand. What a fantastic name for a company.
Okay, it's a long story.
Tell me.
You want the real story or you want the story to public?
We are only you and me, so you can tell me the real story.
Well, I'll tell you a story in public first.
Okay.
I would say like I actually born in the U.S. in Hollywood.
Okay, really?
Hollywood. And
where were you born?
Right in Hollywood.
Really?
Yeah, and then I traveled back to Thailand, and I went back to school in Hollywood High.
Really? That's fantastic.
Yeah, and then I travel back to Thailand again. So my year would be in Hollywood. So I would call it Hollywood Thailand.
Okay. So that's the official version. Now, the real one.
The real one would say, first I have, I used to have a friend who run Hollywood Reporter.
Uh-huh.
And they was giving me the right of Hollywood Reporter, Thailand.
Okay.
So, and out of the blue, we got luck so to other company. So we sold Hollywood Reporter Thailand to other company. So I said, what I'm going to do? I named the company already. I just said, the easiest way would be cut reporter. So I would say Hollywood Thailand. And it matched with my story well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
What happened to Hollywood Reporter Thailand?
They actually published it for a while. Then I think they're gone.
They're gone. You're still here. And Hollywood Thailand still here. What about festivals? Are you going to festival? Do you think festivals are or have been interesting and vital for the success of a film? And is there any future for festivals around?
Okay, I would say there's a difference in festival and market.
Mm-hmm.
Some festival they have festival, they don't have market.
Festival is more for the general public to come and enjoy.
Correct. But some festival they have like festival and market combined. That's good for business. Festival itself is good for the movie,
mm-hmm.
to make the news, to producer to make connection, to meet a filmmaker and show it to people. So for Thai market, the festival is not for Thai movie.
Mm-hmm.
Thai movie festival does not help the movie yet, but it help international sale in the way when it go to when the Thai movie have the festival attached.
Maybe as a sign of quality or a recognition, so people can say, "Oh, this movie I don't know, but it's been to this festival."
Correct.
Can you give us an example of a festival that is good to go to?
The festival that good to attach the name with, that would be like, of course, the big festival like Cannes, Sundance. There's kind of big festival. But again, it depends on each movie.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you're doing like a bloody movie, they have a certain festival for itself to be shown or to, and then that festival could drive you to the red box or DVD US market or even like the European action television to buy the movie. So I would say it depends on the movie. If you just give me one movie that you want to put in, I can point which festival they should go to.
The distribution strategy that you're following, do you have a template? Do you say, okay, this is step 1, step 2, step 3, or it really depends on the film or on the type, the genre of the film, if it's a documentary, if it's an action film, if it's an anime? Do you follow always the same steps?
No, I would say yes and no. It's all depend on the film.
Okay.
Each film, they have the step that need to follow. Like you pick a girl, or even a guy that you fall in love with to if you're asking them to go out, each they have the certain step. You have to look what kind of girl they are. If they're like,
sure, you need to adapt your seduction.
If they're like sports, so you have to take her out to like, this soccer game, football game, if they're a party girl, we have to take them, get them drunk, party and stuff like that. So movie is the same. If you have like art house movie, that's another road that you have to go. If you have very commercial movie, that's another road that you have to go. Or even you have something just for Asia, that's another road that you need to go.
Until recently, the main market was the US, and then China came up and start to ask for content from all over the world, more or less. Today, when you take a film, do you have a market you consider in priority?
Yes and no again. Yes and no again. Of course, the Chinese market used to be big. I used to get an offer for a huge money when, thanks to Bad Genius. I think Bad Genius was the one who broke Thai content into China.
Okay.
They just think like, then the other one called Crazy Thing Called Love. So these two are making a big wave in the Chinese market to get those Chinese people to be interested in Thai content, which is now slightly switched to boy love.
Okay.
So the trend I keep on changing. It depends on the movie, but I would say the first market that I would want to have a hands on is China. The other,
Boy love.
not China banned boy love. They did not allow boy love.
Online also?
Everything.
Everything. No boy love in
No
China.
boy love. But they fight. But every boy love star become huge in China. Huge, like big success in China. So they kind of ban it, but people find a way to fall in love with Thai cast. That's how international people love Thai people.
So in terms of business, it means you're not cashing in from boy love film directly showing in China, but it builds up the career of some talents.
Okay, I would say right now, if I want to produce one film, I would say I would get one of the boy love Thai, which are big in China, act in one of my film, which is not a boy love film, not a boy love film.
Yes,
One
but
to
with
get-
a boy love talent
correct. That's how you get Chinese market
from the talents.
from the talent that
That they know already.
Not getting it because it still movie has to be good in order to be success. But that's one element that you make sure that you got interest from them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, of course, Thai movie, we will automatically get some interest from neighboring country already. Like, I'm sure every Thai movie can get released in Laos. We speak the same language. We can get released in Cambodia. We can get released in Myanmar, Indonesia, Philippines. This is a sure thing for us, but we want to expand.
If we look at the way the industries are working in other countries, maybe outside Asia, outside Southeast Asia, if you take North Asia, Europe, sometime the North American continent, governments are more or less subsidizing or bringing money, a lot of investment into the production, into the development stage and into the production stage, sometimes also helping the distribution of film. Do you get this support in Thailand? And what would you, if you were in charge of this, what would you do to really push the Thai industry forward?
They have the budget to support.
And we will vote after that. Okay?
Yeah. They will. They have a budget to support. Yes, if you look at the number of the budget that they have, they think soft power all the time, but they don't spend it in the right way.
Okay. Right way meaning not with you 100%?
Not in the right way, meaning they just think that if you just make movie and it's just gonna go.
Okay.
Or you just help them go to the festival, which is when you're helping them, you're not helping them to go, just having a booth and ask them to join.
Sure.
Which is, I can do it by myself.
Okay.
Without them. Or if they're supporting a Thai film, they just give a certain budget to start with, and that the one who got budget, they have to go to the loan to complete the movie, because on the contract that they will pay another 50% when the movie is finished, which is impossible because you need 100% to complete the film.
Sure.
And they not telling them to how to make money from the film, which is nobody in the government know what it is.
So my question here is very simple, straightforward. How do you make money in this industry?
How do I make money in the street? I mean, how do I make money? How do people make money?
I don't want to get too personal, but how do you make money? And or what would be your advice for people to make money out of this, or not to lose too much in this industry?
Okay, if
different.
I cannot tell exactly how to make money in each individual, because again, we have each different curve. How do investors make money? I can tell. How do people like me, distributor, making money? Yes, I have the way. How do production people make money? If you're cameraman, you have to get like a good job and good rate. If you have an actor, you have to pick the right movie and the right role to be in. But not a lot of people doing what I do.
You're one of the few, actually.
It's only a few people, so I would not go into details on how do I make money.
We keep this for the premium version where people have to pay to get the answer.
Correct. And how do you want the whole industry to make money? We just have to do a better job and everything, and people like me, distributor or other big businessman has to be more fair and give them more share if the movie make money, so we all can grow together.
We have here something called the time machine. Mm-hmm. So the time machine is basically bringing us back in your past, mm-hmm. and give you the opportunity to give an advice to your own self.
This is the time traveling machine.
Here we are. You are in front of yourself when you are 20. What would you tell yourself?
I would say become more businessman like what I am today. When I was 20, I was not thinking too much about how the whole industry work and how the business work.
Why was that? It's because you didn't get the training? You didn't feel interested in the business side?
I didn't look at the big picture. I mean, back when I was telling you that I was signing the music label to other country, I would say, don't sign and get a small money. Manufacture it yourself, because one cost of manufacturing CD would cost 20 something or 30 something baht, and they sold on the market like 400 baht. Okay. If I would be on that chain, I would make more money than signing and enjoying myself, seeing artists and partying a little bit. That was a fun life, but it's not a big or huge money that you would expect.
Okay. What are the main qualities, the main values you need to have to be successful in your field of work, being a distributor and sometimes a producer?
Again, look at the big picture. I mean, all films are good. I respect all filmmakers that complete the film. It's no good or bad film. Because sometimes, if you look at like even a porn movie, they finish their movie, they have a certain audience that they love or become a fan. You cannot look at, this is a shitty film. At least they complete the film.
Okay.
I would say I disrespect people who not complete the film, which are there. I mean, some of the people, that's are bad people. I mean, they took the money, they don't deliver. And they run away. That's a bad people. I mean, the people who took the money and delivered the film, even though, people said, that's shitty, that's bad. But they
made the film.
They make it happen. You don't know what they're going through.
Absolutely.
I mean, they just might go through like they just have a diarrhea when they're shooting. You don't know what it is. But
be careful with the food on set.
But they actually make the film. And some people would love and change their story life. Mm-hmm. Some people would hate, but they actually watch the film. So it's good to make things happen and get the job done.
So if suddenly you get $100 million, mm-hmm. what do? You run away to the moon and start holidays there? Or what would you do with $100 million coming to your way today?
Coming to my way, I still want to produce my success story, my achievement.
Okay.
Something that combine international market and Thai market to the world.
You would spend 100 million in one film?
In 100 million baht or US dollar?
US dollar.
US dollar.
Why I say 100 million US dollar, it sounds very big, but you have more and more films coming from the US, now from China, and about to come from Korea that are spending that kind of budget for one film or one series. It's not coming to Thailand yet.
I would spread into 10 films.
10 films.
Because the art is like 3 to 10. To have a success, but 3 to 10, if you make 1 out of 3, you cover everything. So it would not be wise to put in just one film, because there's a chance that would be a lose. So if we split it to 10, 3, if we have like 5 success coming and we have 1 huge success, we'll make more money.
You're very wise and prudent. Maybe that's the secret of your success. Yeah. Before we part today, we would like to offer you the award for Best Guest Ever at Filming in Thailand. So don't get excited too much. It's a mug Alors, Kun Fiat will bring you this fantastic mug. It's the official TERO documentary mug. And again, it's the awards for best guest ever at the Filming in Thailand. Here it comes.
Thank you ขอบคุณครับขอบคุณครับ
So you can...
Oh, you have your mug now.
Your mug now.
Okay.
I hope you will use it in the office, maybe on set. It brings good luck. That's all for this episode of Filming in Thailand, recorded alive from TERO Radio's studios in the heart of Bangkok, Thailand. And of course, our podcast, Filming in Thailand, is available for replay on all podcast platforms. And because it's a podcast on YouTube, it doesn't make sense, but that's the way it is. More details available at filminginthailand.com. That's filminginthailand.com.
Okay, people, fantastic. That's a wrap.
Thank you very much, and à bientôt. It means see you soon in French.
That was Filming in Thailand, an original podcast brought to you by TERO Documentary on Hoodie Podcast, with your host,
Stéphane
Stéphane.
Lambert. Thank you for listening, and stay tuned for our next episode of Filming in Thailand. Of course, your real secret will be available in the paid version of this podcast.
Possible?
I want to bring a special thanks to the TERO Radio team, Kun Lina, Kun Miki, Kun Mam, Kun Titinan, Kun Kritsakorn, and of course my assistant Kun Fiat that you just saw on screen with the award.
Filming in Thailand, an original podcast brought to you by TERO Documentary on Hoodie Podcast, with your host, Stéphane Lambert. Thank you for listening, and stay tuned for our next episode.